sika biya you tua ono. E was a plan for it. You'll be a friend of budgeting. Na sikasem ho nimdie mu no. Budgeting no, there are rules for budgeting. Ebinomo asset rule no as ebia 70-20-10. May so me devise rule no as 65-10-10-10-5 rule. 70-20-10 no, the idea is 70% of sika eba ho no ma enon take care of nyoma na ehia opa no to say we rent, to say we mortgage, to say we utility bills, to say we council tax, to say we DDA. Na fe de 20% no enko to nyoma eye we wants. Right? Or wants in a big including your investments, your savings, or a friend saying your investment, your savings, your financial protection schemes, and being a year do home come way. Now, if you get 10% na be your high life account, because I was saying, biara, sikebia, winya bia, no, so no, ultimately be juani. Now, say we de ma bremenya into 10% that goes to that. But we're breaking it down further. For those of us you believe in Christianity, you believe in Yankopon, we're breaking it down. Say 65 will go to your needs, and or rent and our mortgage, etc. And then 10% will go to your high life account, your entertainment account. Not 10% goes towards your tithe. And I say your charity givings, your donations near the idea, because me, I'm a product of charity and then givings. And then 5% goes towards your financial protection. Now 10% towards your savings, your investments, etc. The entire financial protection, no, you put in ahead of maybe to say your savings and investment, and then say, and only a guaranteed, but savings and investment and yet guaranteed. So this is call investment to more you want no kakraka. Says you can now the shame no bit me lose says you can. Into the behind you for say your investment and for a long term rather than a short term, because says you can bit me lose. Savings and so what plan is always save you £10,000 in the next 20 years. One I catch us 20 years in the all. So 20 years and all you are now went to be an edge man, yes, you can always save it. 20 years when you're critical illness don't mean ejuma won't mean save it. 20 years and it's where won't mean save it. That is where financial protection comes in, and that is why and not a priority over savings and investments. Now your income protection if free what maybe I'm or mortgages. Mortgage mortgage basically a loan facility. Who need 300,000, who need 200,000. And to what decide to say, Obeko Obi or what's our 200,000 no. No wako catch and say me who a dime be MF pa. Into be pesada and about mini capre. Into fa usika na buame. Na me fa dine in your collateral. Send a beya. Meti mi aje dine matinem maye jumani metia usika na mau. Kakra for a certain period. On also show no help behavior, no help or credit ni BBR okay. We will be a meti made many at all so bit you sikana money. Into my want to yes can me the interest kakratos and I'm benefit because only says he can me wow. Into what loan. Sa loan now what you know. On an empire board bomber de biane say 1. Ubeniate no it be to any sikana mano. 2 or bomb pires who Juman say that. Now bet me any sikana man 10 bia. Enti your proposal to you ne say ko nekoye insurance e wo life so because life insurance nyame kwa nanim emra aka wa yasase so enti ko nekoye insurance se nyame mfa samba sa 30 years ya ke yes utua misika mami se wu a sika bia aka bia se nka ode mame no na insurance for nya de entua emba wadofo na wadofo nkoso ntua me mesika na me hia so metua ma me no ana sika aka no ntua ni nyina akra off na me honto me yentia se lenders banks etc mo ma loan for mortgage no wo dan no wo mu hi pe wo dan no wo hia wo dan no wo na wo ni je dan ho no akwaje dan on pe wo dan no into the idea say etina bon se kofie wu na ne mma ne yere ho akyere wɔn sɛ wɔn ntumi ntua mortgage no na afei deɛ sɛ deɛ ɔno bɔɔ bosia no lender no ba wɔ hɔ ɛbɛka sɛ okay ɛnea mede wo kɔ court na magye dan no ɔmo mpɛmpɛmpɛmpɛmpɛmpɛmpɛ because ɛyɛ time wasting for them ɛna most of the time no ɔkɔgye dan no koraa court ma no kwan na ɔgye dan no na ɔde to auction ɔbɛhwɛ na sika na ɔde maa no ɔnyɛ sɛ sika no na ɛsɛ afei deɛ ɔsan ba ɔyere ne wɔ ma no hɔ ɛsan bɛka sɛ osika no aka bio nti still yɛhia sika no so ɛno nti ɛna ɛwɔ mortgage cover nti mortgage cover no te sɛ life insurance na meka kyerɛ mo earlier no the only idea ne sɛ ɛyɛ very very cheap because mortgage no yɛ setting on bibi a friend a decreasing term no asɛ nyinaa ne sɛ medeka 200,000 mepɛ sɛ metua no over 25 years every month biya metua 1,500 that means say every month biya sa 200,000 na medeka no esote by 1,500 into esote liability which is the amount na aka no de biya na esote into on mouse kano every month biya utua pena waje home say aha utia 1,500 me rade me dawase na fi do start ya empire for next month utua pe sika ne sorte nti e kana ode no de bia na sorte na ne ni age nti your policy because e sorte de bia ne ntene no so e very very cheap nti am say na ebenya kwan na ma ye se few quotations na ma mahu senia e bo no etie ene ade nti wo mortgage is very important so be take a mortgage cover sene be tina se woni hanoma yemba be seize wo dan no enkoton ento wabusuafo ento abontene nti at least your whole life insurance etua if you die or you are diagnosed of a terminal illness your whole critical illness say unya develop any critical illness you betua sika bi de ama na de aboa ho your whole income protection say oh yeah adwuma utimi pra utimi yare wo yare na say doctor say utimi nkwa adwuma e wo say obi tua sika ma na utimi tua your bills because rent near the ade de enko ba bia you betua and na your mortgage cover which means say sikana or kana wo de no wabɔ ho ban wɔ insurance company hɔ sɛ biribi ato a na yɛde yɛmfɛ ntuaka nti I think sɛ nana yɛabɔ deɛ ɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ daa no tɔfa the last one na ne yɛka ho asɛm kakra was trust ɛte sɛ will nti mo bi a mowɔ will no mo bi from executors trust nso wɔ bi yɛfrɛ no trustees the idea of the trust ni nyinaa ne sɛ saa ɔman wei a yɛte mu no omo hie sika ba omenu mu nso aba sika bia nso omudi enti omo wo a heavy taxed economy say one kasa na wode won ho no say wo 500,000 pounds wo net assets mu ana say wo estate ka estate na ade bia ye wo dia which includes odan sika wo savings mu sika wo investment mu sika wo current account mu wo car ubi bia wo ho no se ka bomu a ebedane your estate in fact even wo insurance na wa insure wo sika na insure that insurance 200,000 or 1 million ni nyina se wan fan to trust mu a form part of wo estate into for example so wo estate ye kan nyina bom na wo net worth 500,000 UK for ahyehyɛ sɛ wo de sɛ sika no ma obi a enya wo yere dia from 325,000 out of the 500,000 wuntua tax bia we no so but anything above 325,000 no ubetua 40% tax nti emfa ne sɛ ene over 500,000 o dying usika obi bia ka bo me 500,000 pounds o ne yere o jama won koda and our yere kra o si me jama me koda on koda ne aban beti 325 every 500,000 unless aka be 175,000 sa 175,000 e be ka chi no e wo se won koda ne tua 40% tax right let's have a look down. Enti na ese sika na ebeka no echie ne be 105,000 and ebeko akoka 325 na eno yanti tax bia ho na ebeko won koda no ho no. Enti you can imagine say this minus 175,000 tax o mate won kwa 70,000 into bo so bi ho no ma o dan a dan no e worth be a 400,000 or 500,000 we jama ne baba but the baba ntimi e oni dan no until say we tua tax of 70,000 nti ene o se okay ene ye fa nto ne yen ton nti o mo ton a na aban ate ne 70,000 na sika aka no o de ama oba no so nti di but ye insurance ni bi ho no mo say ye plan for tax payment in the future nti nyame mfa samba se uwa sika na weja wechi no na o mane timi anya bi e de tua sa inheritance tax no na e free ho na se de wodi eja wo nyina no ma de o mafa e na wa insurance money no ye trust no na e protect insurance sika no from the tax man. Say what trust mu a what you say you are not benefiting from that money. You have decided to say saa sika we no what name beneficiary says uncle for we na person on benefited from it. Nti no sa na e shield sika na say e bo sika no ho ban e free a buying tax eho nti e ma meje tax bia nti very very important says our insurance na so wa na when you trust in putting trust in place you can call me we'll have a look at your policy na fe de maboa na why establish your trust no I don't charge you anything at all to do that for you. And one case our policy and so will be the our life insurance or critical will be the I can also have a look at it for you free of charge. Say you're good, make out say you're good. Don't ever touch it, don't change it. And you're good also, I'm pointing it out to you that we can review it going forward. And in patches, say you all the the policies, including your trust, including your mortgage cover. And my name said Nana Opesi Bisa question now, and I said go on to private medical and I show on the screen about how the premiums work.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Then right after that, nothing. My man go for home quiet. No more busa questions.
Pachoyo. Okay, till then I will share my screen. Now me person me example kakra. Because sometimes I be no say oh insurance agent wane boy dem pa the only be o money boy dey. No me be also money boy and so for. If I'm sharing my screen screen share. But your home screen.
It's not yet. I can see your screen now.
Okay. So we'll probably work 3 separate quotes. Yeah, a young person, a mid-aged person, and an older person, just to give some idea. Okay. Nti yɛmfa no sɛ yɛhyia ne yɛdi nkɔmmɔ nyinaa wie a yɛbɛwura ne quotes no and this to give you an idea. Let's say Mr. Nana, let's say Tutu. Young funny say or say Tutu was born in 1st January 2000. 2000 will make the person what? 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So under 30. Right? And let's say the Pacrono, the sick out any a year, 30,000. A Juma or year, young funny say or your nurse. Now, so for this one here, just for life insurance, And to us, may go to the maximum age, which is 90 years. 90 years, the maximum age. Ubetimi cover apart from the whole of life. No, may an example for the whole of life. No, the disparity in prices. And to Akodano Yamfan is all cover £500,000, £500,000, up to the age of 90 years. 500,000, £500,000, which is a lot of money. Okay. And you can see, say, or no, Nana or say to or born a home buyer for £500,000. A born home buyer could be 90 years. Sika Ubitu the cheapest air coming from Guardian. What? £26. £26, 16 pence. So person bought in Kodan home buy kahwa anyway with child £30, 64 pence. Right? And that's £500,000. £500,000 will be already 25 years. 25 years old. Or just £500,000 between a neck and because he said obedi 90 years. Uwa Nebusia for being £500,000. Namontia said they're making a ubia only yare bia or you're strong or you're okay on taking medication bia or fit or no monsa den me warning or on smoky den me warning or you're 25 years. Okay. Now the same cover no say the ma ubia ebia or you're worn on 1970. 1970, or you're 55 years old, right? 55 years old. The same person will be this one here. Now, obi more so no obi no policy be. Sa policy no or J yana no to be £20 per for 10 years in here, and I could do £50. Obekwa akohwe na vitality policy aya optimizer no into the optimizer no the idea ne say omo ye ma omo ye exercise freaks omo co training pa into it say black box or you say about car insurance mono tie ma smartwatch every year bia na ye say oh yes training na wo say wo ye na because your point be say wo hit when timi a hit point na ebekosro into the because will be and stay away from that policy. It's just a money-making machine. So leave that policy alone. The same vitality offer the guaranteed cover, guaranteed level term and costro. Until you can see the same 500,000 will be already 55 years. Or no bet you are £206. £206, 66 pence. Sani pakrono peso din kodaka hwa £210, 66 pence. Into who the difference, the age difference will be already 25, much cheaper on utia £26 a month. Will be already 55, £206. But of course, at the neck up to the age of 90 years. 90 years. Into Mishia will be sa. Depending on the budget, you bet me at sikane so from 500, maybe a 100,000, maybe a 90 years, and you have to bet me 85 years and 90 years now, right? And you can imagine, so be already 55 umponi. Now, what? You were 1950 and sana ebedi independence. They're already 76. Now, the cheapest ebano £934 will be already say 76 and 75. On only there £934. And I do bit me right? And tiano sano, nipa sano ne ye reduce ne cover no e de amano. Na ye timia cover bibia obeti me right? And even at age of 70 something, you can still get a cover but untimi could chase the cover now will be already 25 ebe chase and as already 70 and so now per 500,000 you better your checks baby you better check your GP report you better check your ankasa I check your moja so only diabetes high blood pressure on smoky you better check your Johnson you better check your son money now because of age and it's can now open and there are financial limits there for you as well. Now let me change this and then go back to a young person. T finance will be a 2,000, right? On only the other na acquire. On only the other, where is it? Acquire £26. No, we a term cover up to the age of 90. Now you use the same person, no. Or your whole of life. Whole of life ni means on only cover no and sada and cause will be woo, right? So and let's say 22 101 2000. Okay. 500,000. We're your whole of life. Whole of life. 500,000. Right. So Pegasus optimizer, no. Premium step, no. Optimizer, leave optimizer. All right. So the real cost of it, Obetua £211.50, which is the whole of life policy. Will be already 26 years. Because I know not there. And how old you get till you die. From a nay already 25 years. And could so be 10 will be ano, 500,000. Because I know you're guaranteed. Say to even at the age of 200 years you bet you scano. But sika bet you a month, and you say £211, which is very expensive. Into most of the time on Omekache Ebusiafone Adofo say stay with the term policy. Go to the age of 90, it's fine because statistically nipa dodwana no nipa 100 abakope anything do 100 and 90 years. Into 90 years policy is a good policy. So stay with it and pay cheaper amount of money. Don't go and be throwing £211. Obi a wenyi pa kwanenimuno. Ebi oye over 70 years and yes. Zani pano oye whole of life policy in tiasium. But oye younger, just do a term policy, but a longer term policy, and then you are fine. Now, if I come out of here, and then we can look at. But you're meant to also with the health cover, no? And I said,
yes,
also
with the health cover. Right after that, now the year question.
Okay. Into Pacho, my number biome the war screen the sono 07414730532. So you can write it down. Chronomo, you will be a friend of private health cover, and I said private medical insurance. Now, send me a card down no, maybe me buy you can say, but this NHS, a brilliant setup, right? Brilliant setup. However, as per anything, no, BBR one the problems. BBR one the problems. NHS one the problems, right? The idea of the NHS, more the GP system, more the hospital system, more consultant system. Oko GP offers. Now me wa dom. Now to me appointment maybe with GP honor. No I check you. Say BB or hotness or require blood test and I say diagnostics biana. Maybe I will push you to hospital. Na ne enkoyi ho mojemu ne ade. So hospital for you ho mojemu no mojidi say you need to speak to a specific doctor be consultant be are you good or that specific area na no twawatum a certain specialist say na specialist no and no including come e be our heart no the call a heart specialist or ABI, a BMA, or Johnson, Moja, no, the Oko, or specialist, or the urologist, or the Oko specialist. So that is the NHS setup. The problem with the NHS setup, when I say, I am almost 7 check. Oh, a check. Many times our news, oh my car will be hospital, yes, you uncle fee, uncle no monsieur, will be okay, but you are the better no. Well, Omonia manager, but the GP, the private medical system, no, I said, ebe complement the GP system now, you UK are saying. In as much as it's a competitor to it, no, it really can't compete on the level NHS is, but a complement, no. It is a pay appointment. That's a you will be our private medical insurance. And they are pay appointment. And they are pay appointment. And you have a vast access to various hospitals in the UK. So, and Oko hospital, most of the time, you know, only be the hormone and the hormone you provide with that privacy. So, and now you have a lot of hospitals open to you, your own choice. You can go for. You can choose any of the hospitals within, depending on the insurance provider now using. Or more different names, some of the friend, you're back a friend of London Select, you'll be a friend of Consultant Select, and that's a UK based. And depending on them, you can choose the consultants that you want to go for. And now for diagnostics, you're very quick with the private GP, private medical insurance, very quick. Unlike GP now, be on my so that waiting list move for 6 months, Private medical insurance, and be quick. That's the whole idea. Be very, very quick. Your diagnostic system, your choice of hospital, your choice of consultant, nina be very, very, very quick. Now, some of the downside of private medical, and I say, treat chronic diseases. Chronic diseases, be to say diabetes. Diabetes, a lifelong illness. It is all that diabetes a draw so na nyame anya mwana once sane maybe ama ye new and free a draw no so that means over that a draw no so forever. And no private medical insurance and our private hospitals, they don't deal with that. They don't manage care. They offer treatment. Until maybe when you're cancer, they will help you treat the cancer, get rid of the cancer, right? Anything Biana, it may keep you in their hospital forever. No, they won't deal with it, right? Until almost the whole idea is to rehabilitate you, get you back on your feet, and then they are done with you. You move on. Yeah, that's the whole idea of the private medical insurance. And as you can see on the screen, acute conditions, these are things that are referred to them. Some of the private, always pay attention to the kind of insurance company you go with, because I know money now and no more offer private GP system. Most of them, Ebeka say, wow, GP, refer. Emra omoho. So GP oko GP on say GP feel say no maybe delay and I say they can't deal with it now. GP a bit me refer to a private hospital, then they may take you over. But I don't like that. Me prefer say, private hospital and I say offer private insurance. Offer me a private GP as well. Send me meeting me access GP straight away, and then your GP can make the referral to a consultant if need be. Into BB to say Bupa, any Vitality, omo private GP. I'll bet me ako app and also now push him say open say meet a GP today. Set you up with a GP, or maybe so what the problem is, normal pay will be our dealing with that specific problem. After that, or no meet you online, we say oba for physical examination. No one book you in quickly for a physical examination. So also call Malcolm surgeon, and I say check you with team diagnostics near there. Then they can do that. Send you off to do that very, very, very quickly. Now, you'll be a friend moratorium, so much moratorium down. In the private GP, no, so what you be what they back into that insurance. And yes, so we had a man who be a friend and say, bro, menya cancer. Omo cancer kakra me breast mu na me pese me take private insurance na private hospital for me. Na I say there is no private hospital obehwe when ya yare na wie. Enti de bia ntena ho nya yare ni wie ansa na akopesa private hospital. Obi eni ho no mo be few at that time. Enti ebra o ye fit na yare bi amo no, that is where you establish a policy. Enti yare ne bo wa no ma hwe. However, so what yare bi wo ho, there is a 5-2 rule. Say when you say condition yare no for 5 years. Time I want your insurance company no eba be dinking town hono. Be as our time say yare na abrase nti say we jai treatment. Nti for 2 years our insurance company no ebe dinking town hono. Untimi claim bibi e was our yare no ho. Nti after 2 years one j treatment biya for sa yare no obia ntreatiu bibia ye kama nti cancer ekọ nti it's been bibia friend remission, so remission for 2 years, then after 2 years no cancer never back, then they will treat you for it. The opposite of the moratorium no be a friend FMU, full medical underwriting is between and neya me babe pay insurance no mo de mo amonkohwe mabrabom yare bi a wom bia na mo pese mo exclude free claim no mo kan kire me enti ye bekọ akohwe ne wo say oh you hu say when you assist e wo breast and when you say wa ha say enti ye exclude cancer from it for the next 1 year or 2 years. Into omeka ni nyina kire until so pese wo carry on with the policy and why one person will carry on with the policy and then you don't do it until you already know ahead of time. Instead of the moratorium na and no dear you dear show say for 2 years no so no needs to clear from your system without any treatment before you are covered. Full medical underwriting there you check you bia near catch or say wo claim we are yenye wo claim we are yenye. Do you want to go ahead with it? Yes. If I don't, then you go your way. Pacho me the baby and yako into the questions if anybody has any questions at all. Madam Wasibebre.
Yo. Every I say Boadu and then so addition or the amayen when it comes to financial protection policies ho abusia for sabre bra se wo question bi kwan e wo ho no mo se o ma won saso a mefa na wo de wo question no e de aba na answer na no ma membusa wo se wamayen various policies na with your experience no say o kan nyina bom ba ko advice ben na de be my which type of the policies and ka be susu say enka at least obi ni kra no we ni there et obi atiminya with your expert advice. What would you say to us?
Medawasibebre nana me de bia me ka say obi anye no no take a comprehensive cover. To make a comprehensive cover now, make the 3. Life no say obiara bewu into a life no there take a life cover or life cover na say sika ni bi ene be yi e de aye wa yi ene ye yo nyasem ketwa ne bo ede ne papa even say wo bari wo UK ase ne bo ede wo de kwa Ghana no susu bobo enti wo de kakra betimi aye for life cover at least 1 year kra no ye enough say e be take care of funeral cost whether it's 20,000 30,000 so ma ana say nkofo e depending on you or life insurance in increase in kakra na enya bibi e friend legacy fund na say sika bia me de to ho amankoda ne say tina me ni ho no betimi de abobra into a legacy fund into life insurance ye ho na ye no bi your income protection because and companies bebree to sick pay bebree nkofo bebree they are on contract. And if you're on contract, there's a very big likelihood say oyare a yentua sika bi ama. Into be hunu say wo adwuma mu na obibini yare oyare pa. Enso so na otwe ne na ase na oba adwuma because so am adwuma onye sika no dia ahwe no ho. Into income protection is a must. Can I say income protection also there? And say yare na critical. And I wait me claim me for it. Any yare bia any pra bia be pra bia na ebema doctor akache o say enko adwuma because of sadie we ntino ombetu ese sika na ma into whether it's malaria whatever it is onema bu whatever it is ombetu ese kana ma into take income protection na feedie wo kakra e wo ho a now they are critical illness ne boy den kakra ese life insurance no because nipa dodo na no e claim for critical illness mo bibi kitwa bi on my screen. Anybody can do that too. Okay. Anybody can do this. Funny said, your company back what you know moye juma Aviva. TM funny say Aviva Intuition I say here. Last year, Aviva claiming 1.8 billion. 1.8 billion in 2024 to customers for claims. 1.8 billion, right? Which is not small money. Out of Nipa 62,000 no, share that money based on different covers na womo. So here I say more than 405 million was paid to customers with critical illness. Yeah, critical illness. And you can imagine, say, there's a lot of money that goes into critical illness cover. Lots of money. 1.8 billion is not, it's no small deal. And this is only one company. Into it will be to say another company, a friend of Royal London. Some of you may know Royal London. Royal London almost deal with a lot of pensions. In Tosha has here, Royal London for 2 years, 751 million last year, right? 751 million last year for 65,800 something clients. So that's a lot of claims, right? That is for Royal London. Another company may be Zurich for the last. If we look at Zurich, for example, where is Zurich? Zurich also a pay out 395. Oh, where is it? No. Okay, 360 million payout for last year. So sika omutua ne out no enye sika ketwa. Now most of these claims are claims for critical illness because most critical illness in California before the age of 70, before me retire, not when you're a certain type of critical illness. Obi wa ha say no your medical doctor na so or your nurse o ma ka che say oyi nipa mienu a baako etimi baako benya cancer, right? Cancer baako benya cancer before the age of 70. Ti nipa mienu bi enam bia no baako benya cancer before the age of 70. And you can imagine when you cancer straight away you can make a claim for it. And yes, the three, your life insurance, your income protection, na your cancer. Wouldn't she cry? Maybe out the usikesa, your hona your life insurance. Maybe as a car bit me to every month £20. You don't offer £20 on a life insurance because I know the only so be able at some point. But so kakra and your life insurance, your income protection, na your critical illness cover. Usikeswa no why your life insurance. Dachi nyoma se samawa na why the akano e dia soso. What's over that saying?
Usika so na wasem susua and intino obey ne sa pepepe me da say. Yo, Boadu, I've never bought any financial protection policy. Where should I start from?
Start from speaking to a trusted advisor. Trusted advisor, they be neti wenimi. I'm in the more kasi. Anytime would be maybe they may Juma Monday to Sunday. Anytime. Offer me me no be schedule appointment. Sometimes obi ohonoma na ope face to face. Ope say wuni na me ni no wo bon komo. Me ni problem. Metimi a travel about fee ni abedin komo. So ope say oba me office nso a obetimi aba me office. So ope say you share online to say Zoom yi nso so na metai bia 80% of policies are made and on Zoom. Ni kofodi nkomo on Zoom. Na ma share my screen ni bibia na looking at numbers and na discuss it. Sorry. Bibia on Zoom. Per se on phone so I bet me on phone. My ye be crown so ni obi ahia on McDonald's. Enti baby bia na me be say me nyane money flexible for the client no ye comfortable. Me yetimi din komo. Na the more ye din komo no na mete wonsem na se na yetimi aye policy that ache na beboa woni wabusuafo. Nti the first thing to do is to pick the phone, call me, and I'll send me a WhatsApp message or a text message. Na mefro na ya schedule a meeting. Na afedi yedin komo from there. Ubetimi nso akọ online. Google no many ade so person okoto wa insurance mean to for that say yes ade no a big mistake and untina say woko online out at the end of the bottom no there's a big question there say did you seek advice? There's a reason they do that to protect themselves because woman them say na o ye no won't say ase advisor and to for wo there ubetimi make mistake so mistake no omo person be liability for your mistake to no mama take hono no there's assembly your responsibility and to term bia no it's important so be a good advisor no I go through you know what I say.
What should people look for in the policy document? Exclusions, deferred period, benefit limits. What should people look for?
Okay, and the oka see are mostly related to income protection, your deferred period, benefit limits, and only more towards income protection. Because in income protection, no, you'll be a friend deferred period. Deferred period, and maybe on my yin to your car, you best start akitiano from a certain period. And the fan say, Kofi, a doctor. The doctor or yan and the Juma or yeno. You bet you sick pay so yarea not said GP catch and say hey Kofi accident here wakwenye wunti minye sa our doctor jume biom the doctor campaign ebi I bet you 6 months full pay na Kofi enjoy 6 months full pay no fee after 6 months na the NHS for na so to half your pay for 6 months sa e hono no ena ebe keke no because ne outgoings and our expenses for the month no half pay no mo the man no en cover into a keke no hona ohia insurance to top up the other half for that 6 months no after 6 months ne be end no na fe the NHS say ye no we doctor ye ntua sike bia ma obiom enya me ho akere me e ho no hia say insurance for the bitua no full pay to be able to cover the expenses. Now, because the NHS, the company or Juma for no, 8 year no first 6 months no full pay into no. Insurance so end to the sikebia into hono a deferred for 6 months. Inti menu din koma those are the questions I maybe say we jumem on my sick pay and or say oh and your mama 1 month or say okay any income protection you be defer no for 1 month and at the longer term I'll be defer no and my sika na out to a month no so kete because all culture insurance company they say so asem to me cry na me claim me for the next 3 months we want to suma jono for 3 months and sana was start here to yauka into what defer no, right? And benefits and also your mu bear for your full benefit claim, which means says yes, won't mean you may be you bet you outside and so retire. Your 5-year benefit claim for each incident until we are back on yes, won't mean you may be so yeah, no, it's a 5-year claimer who bet me claim for 5 years na insurance into a bill. Unless say what's our juma, I'm be before France after 6 months, and you'll wait me as I be claiming you. But for every one incident, you can claim for 5 years. Or 2 years, for every one incident, you can claim for 2 years. Into the shorter the claim period, the cheaper sika will be to you every month. Right? And if you are looking at income protection, yes, those are the things that we will discuss. Now, Ms. Mama, recommendations. They may say based on one case situation. No, nipa no policy and yepe because we be our situation is different. Until I discuss based on what situation until we be a friend of fact find. Fact finding in answer bisa on komo me no be didi asen agro na meje information kakra free ho me wi a me wi no na mabobo ne o ma me gidi say ebe hia ono e de ama. It is the things to look out for. So we insurance we are document no obi say o ma bre me no ma bebre me hu be am starting free document back na hia opa and your friend of policy schedule no e no ne e kire e da wo fa policy no one kasa period that policy no ebekwa wie sika ye betu asa semusia enti eno no na the main information no wa it is our passport ubia the main the here pa na be bia wo photo any details one na de bia ko airport ye yi ni ede ni scan.
Okay. Yo, abusuafo safe na wa join ya yene ora Gilbert Asare Boadu na edwetwe enkomo efa financial protection policies ehun a enei wama ya ti dodo na yebusa questions nti se wo call yi so na wo any question bia ubetimi ede wo question no ede ato chat room na wo ma wonsa so a mefrɛ na wo de question no ede aba se wo Facebook and YouTube nso a ubetimi the question no ato comment section hono na me nso makenkan ede ama. Yo ora Boadu ebra wo haidie na mebusa se empem bebre no eya na adwumayefo etimi emayen protection cover a ebinom ede eboa omo adwumayefo. Mebusa se what should we look for and I check to ensure it meets our needs?
Okay. I think that sometimes this question comes up with regards to a jumem, their friend of work-related benefits. No, I na enyuma for no, different to keep people in their business. Ejume bia per se or retain talent. Na obeye na ejuma ochrewa 2 years pe o se meko. Na se okope obi foforo esa be start training no. Tejumafo bebre penisa on be so mo keep talent no within. And until no send ye be on be bibi e be ma weni age na se wo free hono ma na ho keka wo free ho a na ye wo ya wo free ho a na wo su se ene me ko ha se ya me nya sa de we wo hono no mo the benefits be a place yo benefits no e bi ne o sick pay benefits no e bi ne days on be ma off say ko Ghana ko jiwani that December benefits no e be any insurance
And December wo pa na
Pacho menye sika nti emese metina ha sei sa na
okay
mama wona twa me but na wo kwa na de me aka ho
so asoma
nti benefit ne be any insurance cover into bon say work omone ejumafo no any one of the companies. The difficulty is this: your company you provide be a friend whole of market, you know. It means that tremo bibi wa. Okay. Okay. To solve his screen, yeah. Ubahun said providers be brave any juma from Aviva to Guardian to Royal Land and AIG. They say AIG, they have been almost Aviva for swallow almost, right? Aegon, Royal London for a swallow Aegon, right? But all of these, juma, which means he said, oh yeah, a client, ubenya competitive rates. Say edwuma mu for no say bia emfa ne sɛ ɔne Barclays ɛna yɛ edwuma bia Barclays ɛne company wei Zurich pɛ ɛna bedi nkɔmɔ na Zurich ama mo offer sɛ mode mo nkurɔfoɔ no ba ɛbɛhyɛ yase a sika a yɛbɛcharge wɔ mo enie every month na bia w'adwumafoɔ no adecide sɛ Zurich foɔ sɛ biribi to ɛberɛ a wo ne yɛyɛ adwuma a ɔmbɛtua £100,000 ɛde ama wabusuafoɔ sɛ sika no nka ɔmbɛcharge mo £30 a month but yɛn as adwuma no you take £15 a month na £15 aka no yɛate free wɔ account mu every month nti no when you benefit from job but yɛte sika kakraa bi no wɔ company no nso de bi asɔ so ɛyɛ good to what you look out for no ɛyɛ the benefit and I say some assured no yesika se bibi ye wa yebetua e de ama wabusuafo but mesrɛ sɛ emma obia na owo benefit from adwuma emma ni engi eno ho too much because a job related benefit say chine bi say adwuma na kill out omo pamo wa you lose that benefit. Say chine bi wan kasa when your opportunity for now free ma you lose that benefit. Enti no asa when your job benefit no wan kasa e pray be a friend of your salvation seek your own salvation wa pray wuti na wa your personal policy. Most of the job related policies no a boy who buy nkosi so be retire at the age of 65 or 70 at most, right? But 65 or 70 at most, and yet adequate enough for you. I was able to cover beyond age 70 because statistically, nipa dodoɔ no ebenyi etwem 70 years. And can you imagine? Says a one policy be a mao. Now rely on a Juma policy Now for the wedding 67. Now I retire. Ukofie ya throw a letter from the insurance company say oh where we business and say anywhere we already so time now with 67 I feel na wo pray insurance be as time nyame fa sambo yare be abo abrabo so time it be very difficult for you to get a policy. Into work related policies are good but one kasa ye wow own policy mesre edawase
yo Mr. Wo, Mami Busa, so does it mean say these policies no and yet transferable? For instance, me wo adwuma A mu, me fi adwuma A, ma contribute here, me ko adwuma B. What happens to this policy?
The last time maybe I send you a insurance premium now utia every month and accumulate it to a benefit. Fun say oh adwuma or company no tap a brilliant company nti me sure say omo bibia kama tie fun say what tap company na tap company our policy was also 100,000 sika utua wo contribute if you account to towards sa tap company policy no my yama no yɛmfa say £20 and then you're 40 years old 40 years old why I say because tap paint only tap bohonoma 20 years now tap abohonum utua £20 a month in 20 years no na sika wetu nyina ye £4,800. Yeah, in 20 years utua £20 a month for the benefit of 100,000. Nyame wadom 20 years about that sort in kwem nti entua sika bia ma wadofo. Sika anu wetu nyina ye £4,800. Who decide say okay, tap me damasi me ma ye adwuma che say me free amekoye me business. Enti my friend, the same company now, Taptap AMA, which is Abia Vitality. Vitality for it. Na mene Taptap ye jumana, na mo provide them insurance. And then me free ho sika na me tua £20. Me free ho akwa ye me business. Me pese me twaso. Mo be me den. O me ka che say arrangement near one na subsidized by our company. He say who free ho no. E wo say wow your policy. Itu beka se na se matua sika saa ne nia keka bom abeye 4,800 there be enye adwuma saa £20 na utua every month no na wo de bo wo bra ho ban for saa month no senka bibi ye wo saa month na anka mu utua 100,000 ena ama wo busuafo nti saa month ne be eso saa £20 na shego is gone finished. And kind wants some grab you. Then they say, we bye, see you later. Yeah. Say, dear old hair, Nimono, a free and air corner, or bow bra, or life, or by free and nay air co and him. A de cheer, sad day no a shego. Sikabi out here, sad day na shego. And today be you protect yourself forward, not backwards, because a china won't be woochina, won't be wenra. Meboa. And they are in Quemia Umpray, Untibin Casa me pra and ra, Abibi and Sienra. Inti and ra the end of the Ashiko. Intisika Utia Bia for the next 30 years. No, a cover sa period na manako is finished. Free and air corona album by two Tessa would change it to a different company Biana, then they have to change it for you because they crafted the policy specifically for a company. No. Situation and now no company ni wo mo money ma wono enye the same one and a baby a wo kono mo ye and also kai say when it comes to insurance underwriting no ye hwe adwuma a wo ye e affect policy tie bia wo tap as a clerk adwuma no e say wo se me kwa akoye construction adwuma no ye difficult thing and I say a little bit riskier say wo clerk adwuma na wo ye no until they have to look at adwuma na wo kokoye no and then to offer you the premium you have to pay.
Okay. Mamifa, a few questions so I had them now for you and wrap it up or a next section. I already have a mortgage. Should I prioritize life cover or income protection?
Yes. So it's important to prioritize the amount of loan that you have with the life cover, right? They are very cheap. They are very, very cheap. Maybe I should have done an example, but they are very cheap. Decreasing term policy is very, 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 very cheap. For income protection, no, you must be working at least 16 hours a week. So we will be our year Jumana say and so 16 hours a week. You cannot take an income protection policy. Right? And life insurance, it doesn't matter what work you do, whatever it is you do. So what they cut 300,000 is it in 25 years, depending on the age, it be a between £15 a month. Once that is done, then you can look into your income protection, which then takes care of giving you income every month. Because per se, nyame ebet nensa freo, nasa e kano ebeba beto wabusuafo so. First of all, secure a mortgage cover. Your friend mortgage cover, no? Secure a mortgage cover, and then go on and then take an income protection on top of it, if you can afford it.
if you can afford it, right? So this one is also asking, how do changes in health affect my eligibility and price?
That's great. Yes, and the medical underwriting it take place for every insurance policy. Into a insurance, na say or health, there are problems with data, especially if you are still on. You still have some review to do with the particular health now. Insurance companies will defer. Omo ma policy answer. Ombeka say we. So review any test. Ebiana okoye test be for blood sugar because you say so tie or yapa de bia wonya migraine into ye hwem de into anya migraine no into next week you book you for say obekwa akoye blood test. Insurance company beka say na akoye test ni wie ansana ye hu result ni wie a yetimi consider a policy for you. However, so akoye test na wie na ye hu ade kro na ye treat you na say treatment near forever, that's fine. As long as they understand what is happening, no, then you can have a cover. And yari any be say, oh, you cannot get critical illness cover. One of them, diabetes, but luckily, two companies, HSBC and Scottish Widows, almost started a cover nkrofo a omo diabetes. As long as our diabetic readings, HbA1c reading no ain't too high. And I say you nya diabetic coma be recently, then they will cover you for diabetes, but ombe charge you sika kakra. Ombe we find a high rating. It's kind of because of kakra. Right? Into what you really or hodoma, yes, it does affect the type of covers now being high blood pressure, any problem. But I was say we confirm say a drone doctor diama on one mitibinya clients ni bi on ma obi say na question na oh ya rebi say high blood pressure I drove na no am low depend me so no man na o say o be 1 year me dem ato atu ne baby kra me say are na ya mo edru a wonom na afi ne be keka nsensem bi asi o affect o sexual de ben na am say I rade yakopon ade na wonom asave wo nkwa no because o say what say will be say a best say was sexual debate one no. And also an insurance company be any one of insurance because you are putting your own self at risk, right? And you must take it. So blood pressure, we call last week 128. Fantastic. And now we call 151 and koye. Next time we call 152. That means bibi owa enkoye nti no saa no omo no ebetwe waso ewo ho ewo sika na abetua but say ono mo aduro kama na ye well regulated there and affect our policy no kwan bia so obetua normal price.
Yo everybody better say numeri ewo time when ya ede amai na ansa na no ubeja obemaye o contact details to be epese or engage you.
Obi bisa question be about immigration. I'm looking for the immigration. Oh, okay.
I've responded. I've responded with the contact
that's
number.
Fine. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, I've responded.
Say sometimes Obi tell bisa question be about say, oh, has say na say movie Kogana would that affect your policy, but it affect your policy. Oh, now what would GP for at least 1 year or 2 years? No, your policy now decide this after they make Ghana. As long as you can every month, you are fine. There's no problem at all. Ebe still covered. Right.
Okay.
The number no more 07414 730 532 07414 730 532 or send them a hi and any short message be on WhatsApp. Mefrel na ye bookie a day na ye din komo at length. Pacho medamu nyina mwase biom ena na nyame nhia on the tap adwuma wo ye nyame nhia mo bebre.
Yo. Alright, Asare Boadu nyame enhyira bebree se enenso wanya ebre na onye aba betwetwe enkomo efa financial protection policies a ewo ho no mo nititu UK ha no mo obetimi afa e dia cover ho se de be ya dia onhwehwe se besi esia na abusuafo ho enkwachire mo na wa umu kra so no ho enchire yada ase na ebrepam no yɛbɛbɔ mmɔden asan de waba biem ɛsiane sɛ saa nkɔmmɔ yi ɛyɛ nkɔmmɔ bi a ɛsɛ yɛkɔ so na yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ a sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnnuanom ɛbɛte aseɛ na ɔmo nso atumi afa cover ɛbɛtumi aboɔ m wei deɛ mesrɛ wɔ a finally before sɛ ɔbɛkɔ ɛyɛ question bi a ɛm sɛ last week obi busa ɛba mɛntimi ambusa ɛyɛ a na nkɔfoɔ ɛka sɛ policy no deɛ yɛ a ɔmo nya nkɔmmɔ bɛgye o na ɛdu claims na and insurance companies no emane ye tintin fa we bra fa ha kwa di wa hwe kra na wabamu abu no agya akire di ba ne say ne ba ne sa
yo me da sepa we dey fantastic question me de se wa kai obusa question we ebusuafo se meka no kra chemu a claim process no se unya from the time our insurance no so only a good advisor and a year policy now mechanical criteria was a one of the most easiest seamless just a system ever. I mean, so far I've been in the industry for some time. About a war me claiming at least 6 times from Crawford, unfortunately. About critical illness me claiming at least 4 times. Income protection there, bebrebe. Na ni nyinaa mu no baako pɛ ɛna ɛbro 1 month. Ɛno no ɛyɛ akɔda ketekete bi odi 1 year 2 months old. A wuye. Ɛno no na kyɛɛ. Na deɛ kyɛɛ ni nyinaa yɛ because kroma sɛ no wu a ɛkɔ corona hɔ. Na wa investigate aka cause of death. Na cause of death no omatro ewo death certificate ne so death certificate and insurance company for ehia na mahwe so e de tue sika no because say death certificate be anyone that means obi enwe enti ono ne de ne say no corona na cheye because it na a court through investigation no mu at the crop e ko wi ase no na ye strep A ena ekum sa akoda no unfortunately. It's the moment I'm the buy na me send the call na that week na no mutua £10,000 and for akodano esika mutua niema ebe ha a claim in the future no ebi ne say from the beginning no one cannot create anche advisor no Sunday asori presby mameni omudi nkomo efa sa de we ho asem obi bisa similar question na me can say sometimes obeko GP honum oye bema bi ana yare a wodi ko GP no sexual ana say bi kra na piles oko wura GP consulting room na fine lady bi oye doctor o hwe lady ya say ana de piles yi menti me di ho nkomo eme se beja to baby na daachi mom na ma pe doctor foforo na me na be disanko na fine lady we there to koye ya ase maso achi ya na eme ya into waso achi e draw no de be ma o sa pepe with the advisor obisa o question bi unless advisor onim na djuma anaso oye crook bisa sa na ma because onim say so waka se me wo cancer ana me wo diabetes a ye nya policy ne ma wa na say ntino on tro enhye so one tranche so a debi se wu a insurance company betro with GP bisa say 30 years ago abrantie beje policy wo me ho na mbese me hu say before oje our policy na efri me ho in 2020 no na our diabetes na doctor say ane that means say why you be a non-disclosure udi intro bi a wo smoky ama doctor catch you say wo smoky nti jai affect your lungs wo say affect your lungs na wo di mika koya insurance me bisa wo say wo smoky da what the no waka nti ebe trust is so smoky da ba se wu na ye lungs na ye be hu o GP o say ansa na wo ye policy no na GP awo ne se wo smoky nti gyan na o lungs ye affected eno saa no ye ntua sika ne ma nti be me de me no wusia ye be di nkomo na me bisa o question be brave once a me establish a policy no e de ama no said that se wo make a claim e be ye so simple so quick problem bia ne we be ba ho enchen so kra
yo better say ene anwumrei se unya ebre ene eba betwetwe enkomo nyame eya adoma ebrepam no yebesan eno ahia ewo dwumadie su ebie nyame enka ho
me da se be nyame hia mo so okay bye bye for now
yo abusiafo ora Asare Boadu ena ene yesan edene bae ene no edwetwe enkomo efa financial protection policies ewo ho no ma ubetimi afabi wonso no ebeboa se critical illness bi ena ebenyawo anampo se ebia uwachi no se de abusuafo a ubegya o machi no omo nso omo ho enkyerem eni ti bomodin a ne wotiye fabibi wo mu na ne wonso wodi a ewo ho ma no onso bomodin a na take policy a ebeboa nyame insha bebre yo me dane me ho na mafankrato baako mienu na me ba ura A class ewo call so or the Taptap Send focus section no ebeto so ede amayen emidin ene nana Kwame Osei-Tutu nyame adoma ochina me de lawyer wisdom akaho ede ne bebro ask the lawyer on UK immigration on this same platform 8 p.m. UK time in tishene so na ene enhia ochina for UK immigration nyame adoma na every Wednesday beyond so no the medical doctors eba show you so OT health talk na omobe mayen suehunu efa ya pomudine eho enti no eno so any enhia every Wednesday bia for your health and your well-being me dane me ho me ba the Taptap Send focus ebeto aso dia ma producer
emre bia am this be for Europe akoma busuafo wo Ghana no me use Taptap Send no fee mobile money transfer. Easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you she? Me discover map Taptap Send. Also download the Taptap Send app no ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka komo abusuafo wo Ghana fa na nyina. Taptap Send. Papa no.
Hello. This is Lawyer Wisdom of Wise Smart Solicitors. Join me this and every Friday on OT TV from 8 to 9 p.m. for all your UK immigration matters. I hope to see you there. Thank you.